Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, April 13th edition, ooh, itchy eye, of the Sacred News and Weather. I am delighted to be here and I am exhausted. So bear with me this evening. I'm not sure how long our message is going to be, but I'm going to do my best. There is so much coming forward for us right now, and there has been, and I haven't been able to get here. But it's coming and it's all coming. I think I'm actually going to create a little mini course on the Aramaic rosary because I was going to try and come in here on Saturday, April 11th, when the Pope was doing his rosary service and chant for you the Aramaic rosary, but I didn't have my rosary with me. I just had a mala, which is 108 beads, and I was, about 4 hours from home. So I thought, oh, I'll wait. Oh, I'll wait. And then yeah, anyway, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to come in with our message straight away so that I can get my PJs on and go to bed. Today's message comes from personal experience, and I feel like it's worth a share. Yesterday morning in my morning meditation, it was my first meditation at home in a week. It was lengthy, it was luscious, it was delicious. I was at my own altar and I got up early to do it. And in that meditation, I could feel my a little bit of anxiety, I guess is the word, if I'm being honest. I was feeling a little bit of anxiety around money and abundance, not for any particular reason. I'm fine. But I think the reason is because I know that I have to do my taxes, and it's a question mark this year because I've left my nursing career behind and I've come into this work full time, and I have a little bit of like, am I going to owe a lot of money, or is a lot of money going to be owed to me? And I'm in the mystery spot of I don't know where I am really. And it's kind of the first time ever in my in the last 20 years or so that I really have no idea. And I've been kind of putting it off because I think I've been a little nervous about it. So, full disclosure, this is me. Uh, and yesterday morning, I was sitting in meditation and like this lightning bolt came in, and I was like, I want to make $10,000 in 10 days. $10,000 in 10 days, and I don't care how I make it. And I just put it out there to the universe. I was like, $10,000 in 10 days, that's what I want. And wouldn't you know, today I was opening up some old mail, confessions, more confessions. It's a night of confessions tonight. I was opening up some old mail as I was opening up like tax documents and statements that I had put aside. And I had a check in the mail for more than $9,000. And I thought, oh, I guess this is going to be kind of easy, isn't it? And I'm sharing it because sometimes it really does get to be that easy. And I feel like I touched on this last week a little bit as I was talking about abundance and like that feeling of manipulation of like having to like do and create and make and. And I feel like this opening this check was case in point to my point last week, which is it's not about manipulation. It's not about objects. It's not about things. It's not about the way we're doing things. I swear it is about surrender. It is about that deep surrender and trust that the universe has your back. And I'm not gonna lie, I delighted in seeing that check, and I kind of needed it. I kind of needed it because I was at a point where I was wobbling. I was wobbling and I was wobbling because of uncertainty, and I just needed to do my taxes, which I still haven't finished. Getting there. And I'm just compiling my data, by the way. I'm not even doing my taxes, but I'm compiling and I'm getting there. But it's that fear of the unknown. It's the fear of the unknown that will get us every time. And it's in the not knowing that we decide that we need to get grabby and we need to get controlly and we need to do. and again, we're invited into surrender and trust, surrender and trust, surrender and trust. There's another element coming through that I'm debating whether or not I want to talk about. And I think I'm going to leave it because I think it wants to be talked about another day. And it is relevant to the Rosary and Pope Leo on Saturday, and where I think I would like to go with some of my work in the world. So that's what's coming forward now, and that's what I'm hearing. And I'm going to put a pin in that for another time. I do want to say, related to that abundance piece and what we were talking about last week with the Holy Grail and the Holy Grail being inside of us, at least my personal belief that the Holy Grail is not something that's actually external. It's not an object. It is something that dwells inside of us. What I was seeing in my meditation yesterday, what I was seeing in my meditation this morning for the collective was really the way the chalice of the soul, the Holy Grail, the way it is fractured and put back together again, and fractured and put back together again, and fractured and put back together again and again and again. And what I mean by that is, when I say that it's fractured, sometimes it's fractured by situations in our lives. Sometimes it's fractured by circumstance. Sometimes it's fractured by global circumstance. Sometimes it's fractured by the way we were raised. I have a cat talking to me. I'm not sure what she's telling me. But that chalice of the soul, that Holy Grail, that our capacity to hold the light, it gets fractured. It gets fractured with doubt. It gets fractured by fear. It gets fractured mostly by those two things, but really by fear, by our fear of the unknown, by fear of what is known repeating itself, that our ability to hold the light, our ability to hold the trust, our ability to hold the surrender and the love and be that vessel for love, it gets tested over and over and over again. And what I saw so clearly this morning, as I was sitting in meditation, a little bit worried about my financial situation and what was I going to owe and am I going to be able to pay it and la 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 and blah blah blah, was just the way that we are tested, and that each time we are tested and we are able to surrender and trust, that vessel increases and expands its capacity to hold even more light. It's like it's almost like it has to break, it has to shatter so that we can come back into form and hold more and more and more and more and more. And it feels like it's very much by design and not by disaster or by ill will or by anything wrong. It actually feels like we have to come apart to be able to build up to hold more. Now I am hearing like, "Ugh, I can't come apart one more time." I'm hearing like a lot of the I can't, I can't, I can't. And I'm telling you, you can. You can, you can, you can. For every I can't you have, will you hear my voice telling you you can, you can, you can, you can, you can surrender and trust that everything that you're experiencing, no matter how horrific, no matter how untoward, no matter how undeserved, it is actually for you, or it can be for you if you choose to look and see what is there for you, what healing is there for you. I'm not going to get into the nuances of trauma. I don't want you on my lap right now, dear. Kitty cat, big cat, cow cat. I'm not going to get into you are the root cause of your trauma. I don't believe that. I do believe that terrible things happen to good people, and it's not karmic. It's just shitty things happening. So that's not what I'm saying here. But I am saying very much that if you can allow that fracturing, to not be wrong, to not be rejected, but to be held and embraced and surrendered to, there is just so much more available for you. And I'm going to leave it here because I'm tired, but I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow, April 14th. Good night.